If you want to make sure to never miss another one of my videos, hit that subscribe button, and then next to it is a little bell icon. Click on that and it'll notify you every time I post a new video or even a stream.
Hey guys, JHub here, and today I'm going to do a little bit of something new. I guess you could call it a touch of tech on the channel. I'm a big fan of tech, and this is something that Elgato actually sent me out. I've been using one for a while now, but they sent me out a second, and it has not been unboxed yet, so I thought I would do a little bit of an unboxing and then show you how to set it up and how to get it going, and some little tricks, tips, and a little bit of icons you can use. So, let's go ahead and get right into it to see what is in fact in the box. So, starting right off, you have the Stream Deck itself right here, and it looks like it comes with a stand, so you'd be good to go with that. Also, it has a nice little quick start guide, if you can't see it. I'm pretty sure their website will have this just in case you lose it, like I typically do. So yeah, we have the quick start guide, we have the Stream Deck, and inside there's also this little, I guess, important safety instructions and things like that. So, that's pretty much in the box, nothing else. So let's go ahead and show you what it looks like right here. Let's get all these other things off. But this is the Stream Deck itself. This is what you can be using to actually help edit. You can browse the internet. You can use it mainly for streaming. That's what I use it for. That's what I'm pretty sure it was built for. One thing I wanted to point out, and this is something that I ran into an issue because I am at a bit of a weird angle when it comes to using this device, is the stand. And if we remove the top right here, you have the stand right here. So I'm going to put it up closer and you get to see these little indentions, right? So initially I thought you pop these two little ones down and then you set it down like this. You have 3 different or 4 different holes you can put it in, and it's going to look like that from the side. And I kept trying to figure out why my angle was so low, because we set it up like that and you stick the Stream Deck in there. It doesn't seem like it's getting up high enough, right? But it wasn't until I contacted Elgato, they're like, you're completely missing out on a huge part of the stand, which is you flip these small ones back up, and then this whole plate pushes down, to which it gets it up to a much higher angle. And when that was told to me, I face-palmed a little bit, because this is the angle of which I use it, because it's a little bit farther back on my desk. I am very happy about that. Otherwise, it would kind of be embarrassing trying to use it and pulling it up close and whatnot. Some people might use this up close next to their keyboard or mouse. I have it a little bit pushed back, and I will show you what that looks like here in a second.
Now we're switching over back to the desktop. This is what mine looks like as it is set up. You see a lot of these icons looking on these buttons. I am now going to show you how to put those on, whether you're going to use OBS or if you're going to use XSplit, or if you just want to use it for hotkeys on your system. We're about to go over that. Now we're over here on showing you how to set this up. So as you can see on screen, this is the Stream Deck software. So to note, before we get into this, is you need Windows 10 or Mac 10.11 if you're wanting to run the Stream Deck and its software. If you have something older than that, I'm sorry, but most likely it's not going to work. If you want to use it, you're going to have to get the latest software. So to start it off, I've got the program loaded up, and over here on the right side, you see it starts off with game capture and it moves its way down. So basically, the way this works, if you are actually using game capture software to stream, you can use this button right here. If you want to just basically record without ever having to touch your mouse or bring up the software, as long as the software is loaded up on your computer, you can load this up on a button here, and you click it. It's in that exact position on your Stream Deck. So once you hit that button, it'll actually start recording. I'm not going to click it right now because I'm recording right now, but if I wanted to delete it, I could hit this button and then, yeah. Move on down. You can take a screenshot the same way. Flashback recording. Now, this is something I really do like with the Stream Deck. I don't have it on here right now because I'm still working with setting up mine perfectly. But as you can see, it has preset settings right here for how long you actually want to do a flashback recording. If you're a COD commentator, you might want to go with 10 minutes. If you are having this up just in case you get cool clips, you could have it from 15 seconds to 45 seconds. If you're a long Let's Player and you do them in 30-minute chunks, you can run it as this. And basically, you leave the button right there. You title it, say, 15-second flashback. As long as the software is up, when you hit that button, it will save the last 15 seconds as if you had the software loaded up, and then you drag it back yourself, which is really, really neat. This next button right here is to stream, and then you have this for live commentary, which I'm actually using the Elgato software right now. I've got the HD60S that I have coming off of my monitor and then looping back into the same PC so I can actually record the screen and show you what's going on. So that's why I'm not clicking any of these buttons, and I'm being a little bit more careful with this. Tippy, I actually don't use that. I use stream labels, but if you are using Tippy, you can end up using this button as well. I want to note, and we'll come back to this, it has OBS Studio direct integration for OBS Studio 64-bit. I personally use XSplit, and the main chunk of this video and the tutorial is going to be me showing you how to actually be able to use XSplit when it comes to scene switching at least. That is what I use. But we'll come back to this. Twitter. If you want to tweet out, say, this is what I've been doing when I do 24-hour streams. You come down to account and you log into your account through the software. Title it what you want, and then you can post an identical tweet once every 12 hours. So I had this set up during a 24-hour stream, that when I hit the button, it actually would send out a tweet saying, hey, I'm still live, come and check me out. And that's what this button is right here. You can actually change these icons. And I'll come back to that in a second as well. But you can change those icons, and that's why all of these look different. That way, when you have the Stream Deck up, it looks exactly like it does on screen, and you know exactly where to push if you are wanting to do stuff. Now, I'm mainly a YouTube gaming streamer as of right now. I imagine it has direct integration with SubChat and things like that. But now we move on to the buttons that really matter when it comes to using XSplit. So I'm going to bring up XSplit right now because that is my main use, and you can see all this stuff right here. And these are the three main buttons that I use for XSplit for switching scenes. Now, if you want to know how to set this up, because XSplit can be a little funky, what you do is you grab this button right here under System, which is a hotkey. It's pretty simple, and it works so that when you trigger a certain set of hotkeys, it'll kick it over to XSplit, and the XSplit will trigger it there, allowing you to switch scenes. So if I hit my button on my Stream Deck right now I'm on intermission, which is everything. If I click console, it switches it over the console for me. If I hit just me, it'll switch it over to just me, which I'm sitting right here. Yeah, I got a dirty background. And then if I hit return to everything, we go back to everything. And yes, I do keep a webcam cover over when I am not using it. That's why I had to pull it off. But that is how you do it. So let's say, for example, I wanted to have it set up just to go to the PC version, which I do have a button for PC, as you can see here. So I'll title it PC. And then to assign the hotkeys, first, I would recommend coming over here, click on Settings, then you click Hotkeys, and you're going to want to go ahead and assign your hotkeys right up in here. So to switch to PC, it looks like I've already got it set up for Control-Alt+C. So you hit OK. And then you come over here and you actually hit the keystrokes, Control-Alt-C. There you go. It's already been assigned, and then once you hit the button on the Stream Deck, it'll switch over to PC. We'll go ahead and switch back to intermission. That's how I use it on XSplit as of right now. It's scene switcher is all I really need to do. Set up all my scenes, and you can switch back and forth. But there is a way to add icons, which is simple. You click on this button, and then it should load up the browser here. No, I do not want to use you OneDrive. Go away. I already have some icons on my desktop, which would be, let me look at it, pretty sure this one, which is a little director icon, as you can see here on the screen. This is what I use as per my scenes. It does have the text here. You can put it in the bottom, the center, or the top. I think I can see it best when it comes there. I will probably customize and make more, which we'll show here in a minute, how you can make your own custom icons that you want to place in this section. But that is how you set your own icons. You do this for every single button if you so wish. And that is how you set it up for XSplit. And now we move on to OBS Studio. I'm going to go ahead and show y'all how to set it up over there as well. So let's go ahead and load OBS onto the screen. I actually had to install it specially for this video, but I already know how to set it up nevertheless. So you come over here to OBS and say you want to switch a scene. This one's already set up, so you give it a title as you would everything else. Collections, it's going to be whichever ones you're saving it as. And then scene. It already has all the scenes that you have in OBS Studio. So let's say I want to switch to scene 1. I'll save it as that, and then I hit the button on the Stream Deck. Bam! Switches to scene 1. I'll go ahead and switch it back over to here to scene 2. Next button is we have the mixer audio. I, for one, did not figure out what this is for. Like I said, I'm an XSplit kind of guy, but I did figure out Source, which I have seen used across many different stream platforms because I use it in a way that I don't. So, if you ever seen a person reaching over and they hit the button, and you see a GIF pop up or disappear like something cool, it is this function right here. So, if you want to be able to toggle an image on or off, you have to select the scene. We're currently in scene 2. It'll automatically load up the images in said scene. Let's go ahead and title it off. We'll go ahead and refresh it just so it gets linked in, and then we'll come up here, hit the button on the Stream Deck, and the image turns off. If we want to turn it back on, you hit the same button again, and there it goes. So if you have any of these GIFs you want to display on stream, I believe you can also do this with like little mini videos that have audio as well, but that is how you enable or disable something inside of a scene with OBS Studio, and like I said, it is directly linked into the program. Another thing I wanted to show you guys how to do when it comes to the Stream Deck software. As you can see right here, you see the icon for stream labels. I use this program during streams for like subscriber alerts and things like that. You can also have it linked in so that you can automatically deploy it from the Stream Deck. Instead of double clicking here, you can actually just hit the button on your Stream Deck and it'll load it up. And if you want to do that, what you have to do is come down here and click open. It puts it there and it says choose an app or file. So usually what I would do is I would pull this up and either copy and paste this target here into that, and then it's a .exe so it'll automatically launch. Or you could click this, come into the folder here, no OneDrive, I don't know why you come up every single time I do that. You can come in here and then you manually search for the .exe launch file, and then you're able to launch it from here. That is what I do it for. So we have one thing left to show you, and that is how to create your own custom icons. So the last thing I wanted to show you guys is how to create those custom icons or keys for your Stream Deck. Now, if you go to the website, I'll have it linked down in the description below, but it's elgato.com/gaming/key creator. This will allow you to create those keys or icons so you can display it in the Stream Deck as I showed earlier. So they already have a lot of them down here. They have Twitch, they have like microphone on or off, they have some YouTube stuff. They have plenty as is right now if you want the basics. And the way you go about doing this is you can pick some of these, and then each one you click on, it will add it on top of the other. You click this to get rid of one. You can have the basic stuff like that. So like for viewers, or say you want to have YouTube here instead, you can actually shrink it. And I'm pretty sure it combines the two to have like a image of, it's kind of like using Photoshop in a way, combining images, but you can do it right here. So it's fairly simple. You can do whatever you want to create, and then you click Save Thumbnail, and it automatically downloads that icon or key, and then all you got to do is take that file location and plug it into your Stream Deck, and it's really, really that simple. You can also, if I recall correctly, load in images that you want to do from scratch rather than add in anything like this. You can add in different ones. So the way to go about doing that would be this button right here. You find the image in your directory, wherever it's saved on your computer, which will automatically bring it up in here. And then you do the same thing as you would do down here. You adjust it, give it different sizes, maybe throw in some text, and go from there. And then you hit the Save Thumbnail button as we did earlier, which will kick it down. And then all you have to do is take it and display it inside of your Stream Deck. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is an overview of the Elgato Gaming Stream Deck. I went from unboxing to giving you some instructions and tips on how to set it up for yourself, whether you are using XSplit or OBS. And I even give you a little bit of an insight into how you could use it for other programs, specifically when I showed you the hotkey function. That is how you're supposed to set it up to use it for XSplit as of right now, to switch between scenes. But I've also seen it being able to be used to use in Photoshop or Premiere to help edit things. And I've even seen someone set it up to browse the internet. It's pretty cool. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. I wouldn't mind bringing stuff like this to the channel. Like I said, it's a touch of tech on the channel. But if you enjoyed what you saw, hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down in the comment section below. But until the next video, I will see you guys later. Peace out.